First one.
It's a TV series kind of based on true lies, and it's a kind of an action comedy. It's very funny. It was very tough to shoot because TV is a much tighter schedule. It's not like movies, that you shoot many more pages every day. And but it was a really great experience, and it's coming out now in May 25th. And I have seen some of the episodes, and I had to really laugh all the way through because they are very funny, and they're very powerful, and great action and all this stuff with great directors, great production value and all this. And Netflix is doing it, which is a good company to be with. And so things go on. The great thing about my life is, as you know, we've talked about that in the past, is that one day I'm at the University of California, working at the Schwarzenegger Institute and running some event there about the environment or about the good government practice or about political reform or healthcare, whatever. And then the next day, I fly to Toronto to do a TV series. Then I come here to the Arnold's Classic and I hang out and I talk about health and fitness and promote the health and fitness and sports and all of this and bodybuilding. And so it's something all the time different. Then I fly to Vienna for the Global Climate Conference, where we try to terminate pollution worldwide that kills 7 million people. So there's always something different. So it's just really exciting, my life. It's not always the same thing. I always feel sorry for people that always do the same things, and mine is always different. And so there's always new challenges. And so this is why when people ask me, when are you going to retire? I say, retire from what? From having fun? I mean, you don't retire from having fun, right?
It's strange to me to look at something like True Lies, which to me doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but when you actually look, it was that long ago. Is it strange for you to see them remaking movies that you've done, like Total Recall, which, I kind of was partial to the first one myself, but what did you think about, or have you seen any of the remakes of anything?
Well, I don't ever have seen anything that's successful that's being remade. And there's certain things you want to remake because you didn't really do a good job with the first one. Like, for instance, Running Man. I think Running Man is a movie that should be remade because I thought that they had a small budget. We didn't have the technology then that we have today to do this movie really well. So I think something like that should be remade. But I mean, Total Recall, to remake Total Recall, I mean, hello. I mean, this is a stupid thing to do because, I mean, this movie was perfect. I mean, It was the biggest grossing movie of the year that year, and it was like the biggest opening. And Paul Verhoeven did a fantastic job. He was such an extraordinary director. And so why would you want to remake that or remake, any of those kind of movies? I think there's so many new ideas and so many new scripts that are out there. But it's fun to go and to take a concept like, for instance, Total Recall, I should say True Lies, and that whole idea that your family does not know that you're in the CIA and working, and when you come home with your ordinary husband and father and deal with the regular day problems, but then in the meantime, you're doing all these wonderful things overseas when you're on those missions, but the family doesn't know. So that whole concept is really great. And the whole concept that maybe your family also has an interest in doing the same thing, but this is a side you don't know about. And then, half those things kind of clash. So it creates great comedy and it creates great action and stuff like this. And that's what I think they've done in Fuba. And, so I'm really looking forward for it to come out and for you all to enjoy it and to watch it and all that.
I think there's some movies you just should not remake. It was a time and it was a place. You should never remake Commando. You should never remake Terminator. I don't care about modern technology. I don't care if there's more CGI and all that. It was you. It was the other stars in there. And again, it was, Terminator, 1984. Again, a time and a place and a set. You can't make it better.
No, you can't. And that's what you can see in the box office.
Right.
Whenever they do try to remake it, it comes out and it flops. So that's the message always. I mean, it's all about people. I have been a big fan of people. Everything that I do is about people power. I think that when we talk about bodybuilding, the people help you to guide you in which direction you should go with the stage setting. They help you and they write to you and they say, why didn't you change this, this, and that? So you got to listen to the people. And the same is in show business. You got to listen to the people. If the people like a certain thing, that's the direction that you go. Because in the end, you want to make the movies to entertain people, not only in America, but worldwide. And so I think that this is where the action is. And I saw the same thing in politics. You know, that it is the people that you have to listen to, and it is the people that vote you in to become governor of the great state of California. I couldn't vote myself in there. And it was the 5 million people that voted for me and made me the governor of California. So I'm a big believer in this kind of direct democracy. I'm a big believer in people power. That's why I always have been very sensitive about listening to the people, because that's where the action is. This is where everything, we are doing everything for the people, not for ourselves.